Alright, so as you all may know, I love The Flash as a DC character. He's my favorite one, specifically Barry Allen. But my second favorite character in the DC universe, it has to be Blue Beetle. But not just any Blue Beetle. The one, the only, Ted Cord. Ted Cord is the second Blue Beetle of the three, and he's a good man. Ted Cord, Blue Beetle, he is one of the nicest characters in the DC universe, I believe. And, he was a very public authority on JSA and in the Justice League, and he was there for a bunch of famous storylines. And then he was shot down by Maxwell Lord, a corrupt business CEO and evil mastermind. Just like that, one of the greatest men in DC, gone. And then he got replaced by a cheap carbon copy of Spider-Man with different random powers, who for some reason didn't like Booster Gold, Ted Cord's best friend. And he was a teenager, all right, if you know what I'm talking about from this panel. You know. I'm sorry about that dark turn. I was pulling a Mullet Man comics and I thought I was a tough guy, but you know, Uh, in all fairness, Blue Beetle is like one of the best characters in DC, and I just want to go over him today because I think he's my favorite. He's my favorite besides Barry Allen. Run, Barry, run! And today I'm going to be talking about his death, his revival, and all of his best stuff with Booster Gold, baby. Summers come again. Booster Gold and Blue Beetle have been best friends since Justice League International when they first met. And it's a beautiful friendship. Booster Gold is also one of my favorite superheroes, just saying. And he can basically go through time, like that one Jim Crow song. And he his best friends with Blue Beetle. They even started a company called Blue and Gold, which is their own company to help fight crime. And Blue Beetle, in one of the crises, I believe, it was like identity. No, not identity crisis. It was the one where Wally West freaked out and killed a bunch of people. The therapy session. He said a beautiful quote about Booster Gold, and I want to share it. So this is my impression of him, I guess. But to me, he's the guy who's there, you know? And you need a guy who's there, or anybody who's there. Someone who's been in it, who's done things as bad as you. You need that. I need that at least. I can call him. That's all, when it's really hard. He picks up. Ted and Michael, that's Booster's real name, have an outstanding relationship. And their relationship as friends has been in a bunch of media. It was one of the core dynamics of Justice League International. And um, I think it's beautiful that they're all that they just click. You know, when you find someone who clicks with you, that's the difference. And to me, I want to have a friendship like Booster Gold and Blue Beetle because they're just they're perfect. They never fight, and they always think the same. It's like they have the same mind. It's beautiful. And honestly, when Ted passed and got shot, Michael was outraged. He was so angry. He pulled up on Batman. He pulled up on everyone at that funeral, ready to yell at them, ready to say all of his words that he needed to say, but he couldn't. He was speechless. He couldn't do it. He couldn't bring himself to think that his best friend, his partner in their business, his person was gone. And I think that's something that we can all relate to. And if you haven't read it, it's a beautiful story. So go to your local comic shop and you'll get it. This is the panel that really got to me. This is his point of view, Michael's point of view from Ted's funeral. It starts with him looking at Batman. And he says, and then there's Batman, the toughest of them all. Because if not for him and that darn Brother Eye satellite he shot into space, Ted would still be alive. There's so much to say that I want to say, so much that needs to be said. But in typical Michael Carter fashion, where every victory is turned into defeat, I come up empty. And he walks away. He leaves that funeral. And then he tries his most ludicrous stunt. So, as I remember it, Booster Gold talks to this guy named Rip Hunter from Legends of Tomorrow. I know, crazy, right? Holy cameo. And basically, he tries to go back in time to save Ted Kord, but Rip Hunter's like, no, don't do that. It's a canon event. You can't do that. So he's like, you know what? I've tried so many times. If I can't save Ted, then I'm going to save Barbara from getting shot by the Joker. Because logic, that's logical. And Barbara was Ted's love of his life, so makes sense. So that he keeps trying over and over and over and over again to save her. But it's also a canon event, and he can't do anything about it. But just then, right as he gives up, the last man he ever wants to see, Batman, comes in. He's like, listen, listen, Booster, Michael, I know that you're angry at me, but here are some photos. Michael opens the letter, and he sees all these photos of him and Barbara. He's getting shot and stuff, and he's saving Barbara, and that earns the respect of Batman. So he's like, listen, Michael, thank you so much, and I'm still sorry about Ted, if you could ever forgive me. And Michael's like, no, man, why you killed my best friend? Kind of. So it's crazy. And now we're going on to his resurrection. And again, I'm alone. Alright, strap in, because this is going to be a wild one. So, there's this guy named Necros, and he's a villain of Green Lantern, and he is part of a legion of the Lantern Corps called the Black Lanterns. And basically, his whole entire army of Black Lanterns are all undead people. And that's crazy. So every single human that's either is dead right now or has died becomes a member immediately. And they kind of get controlled and they turn into like zombies. Enter Ted, of course. He died. And look at that. He's back. He turned into a zombie. It's pretty crazy. All right, now I will say his costume looks fire. Like, look at that. Look at that. Oh my god. But as soon as he came back to life, he immediately, ripped a guy's heart out. So, not that cool. And he fought Jaime Reyes, new Blue Beetle, and, of course, his buddy Booster, as you can see on this cover. So, basically, he gets revived again by the Black Lantern Corps. And he's crazy. Oh my god. So I don't even know how he got he's still alive in the comic books, but this is the explanation I found. Ted Cord survived in the comics through multiple events, including a timeline alteration in Booster Gold's story, where he's saved from Maxwell Lord by future Blue Beetle. Although wait a second, this leads to a worse timeline that's erased, so that's not his real, regaining. His real revival is, um, he's reanimated in Black Lantern, which is what we talked about. Um, he his corpse is brought back to life, and he got defeated by Booster Gold and the new Blue Beetle Jaime. He reappears in the present day universe in the 2018 Blue Beetle series, where his revival is explained by the future Blue Beetle, who saves him at the last moment and orchestrates his reappearance to avoid a paradox that would have otherwise led him to a failed timeline. Oh my god, what did I just read, bro? Oh, jeez. I'm so sick, too. Like, what did I just read? Okay, one second. What? What? Alright. Ted is revealed to have been saved from Maxwell Lord's bullet by a future Blue Beetle. Okay. In the present, the future Blue Beetle, now the temporal Blue Beetle, successfully manipulates the circumstances to ensure Ted is not remembered by Booster Gold. Okay, so he just gets revived. That's all I'm trying to say. Wish you were near when I hear. Ted Cord, overall, is a crazy and amazing character with a bunch of backstory, and I did not get into anything about this guy. I just talked about all the bad stuff. But if you want to read it yourself, pick up Blue and Gold. That's his book with Booster Gold. It's beautiful. Also, if you could try to find it on digital or maybe just a reprint, try to look and see Justice League International, because that's him. That's a core thing for him. And I'm sorry if I sound different around this recording, because I am very congested and I'm sick, but it's okay. Yeah, Justice League International, Blue and Gold, beautiful books. You should go and read it. I gotta go and read it. So yeah. And I really like his character because everyone thinks that him and Booster, they all think that they're losers and that they don't know anything. When Ted was on to Maxwell Lord during Infinity Crisis, and Batman was the one guy who, basically, he was the most, uh, he's the one that said no the most to him. And that's horrible. And that's why he died. Because of Batman. That's why Booster Gold calls him out in the comic. And also, jeez, I hate Batman. Come on. Do better, Batman. Do better. I also love the relationship between Ted Cord and Booster Gold. They're just they're best friends. And they're kind of polar opposites, you know? Because Booster Gold's a narcissist of a narcissist, who just always thinks that he's better than anyone. And Blue Beetle's a little like that, but he's less. He is a very chill kind of person and a very fun, energetic character. And that's why I like him. That'll be all for this video. Thank you all so much for watching, and please watch another one if you like, or stay tuned, and we'll probably make more of these. So, thank you. Bye now.